are headed to what I'm considering part 3 of this trip, and we are going to We're going to Maungatautari Sanctuary, which is a predator-proof inland island. We're doing a wetlands tour this afternoon down into the Tautari wetlands. I've got Takahe down there with a chick, so if we get to see that, that would be really cool. Maybe some tuatara will be out today, but we'll find out more about that when we get there. Really excited for this one, been wanting to go here for a while and finally got the opportunity, so took it. And yeah, this is about thriving today and seeing our natives thrive when they are kept pest and predator free. No doubt I will talk to you soon. Hey everybody, we're at Maungatautari, and it's spectacular. And we're going on the wetlands tour in about half an hour or so. We've just checked in, been to have a hat with the visitor centre staff, and I am so looking forward to this. We might get to see tuatara today, Takahe, by here, whether we go into the Southern Sanctuary after that or not. It's a 90-minute walk, so we're pretty much expecting to be pretty knackered by the end of it. So it's a bit about the sanctuary, inspiration. In 1909 there's a predator-proof put up, and now I think there's 45k of fence. But check out my blog for more info on that. Put them in an alarm system so they know if the fence comes down or anything gets over it. 2 metres fence, fine mesh to stop all the greeblies getting in. There's some waterway protections as well. This is all the stuff we don't want in here. Pigs, rabbits, stoats, mice, deer, ferrets, hedgehogs, yes they're a pest here. Possums, goats, feral cats, and I think that's a weasel. We've had to get special permission to bring Ben in, seeing as he's an assistance dog, but he will be muzzled and on a short leash while we're in here. So because New Zealand's endemic species generally don't fly a lot, we have to take special precautions in ensuring their survival, and predators and a lot of introduced plants aren't good for that. So it's going to be cool to see a habitat that's being restored as it should be. So this is the wetland, Tautari wetland, donated by the Tautari family to the trust for the neighbouring farm. So the pond itself, which is just on this end, is a man-made wetland, because back in the day he actually liked to do a bit of duck shooting, but of course he doesn't do that anymore. But we're fortunate, he was actually the co-chair of our board of trustees for 15 years, only just retired, and the latest changeover. So amazing. And when you compare the old growth forest we have here, opposite us on the bank was some original bush, the ferns and the shrubs that you see, but the rest has actually been a restoration planting plan. So about 10 or 11 years worth of growth is what you can see in front of us. And it gives us that opportunity to have some special species that need to be closely monitored, like the Takahe family we have down here. And also the area you can see fenced in the middle is where the tuatara are. So we'll move on down. Interesting leadership. Where is it? About the dog thing there either? Yeah. Oh, typical feeding behaviour right there. Picking it up with the beak and then putting it in his foot. There's grass that the chicken's eating. Parents are still keeping in contact with it.
Can you see the red beak, MJ? I can just see the red beak. If you come down at about 4, 5 o'clock.
Oh,
yep.
Yes. Rotorua is one of the other places I work. And last year the chick out there was amazing. Kayako. A big chick. There'll be a family of 3 now with her chick as well. So last year she was so bold. Come right up to you on the grass. And the reason for that one there is that they supplementary feed them on the grass area there. There's a hopper. So they know that that's a light place to be. Hakahi chocolate lives there. We do supplementary feed ours as well.
Is that more minerals and stuff?
Yeah, it's a specifically developed pellet. It looks like a chicken pellet.
Oh yeah.
But we're lucky that here we haven't sort of gone into that realm where they're used to people means food.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing to do. Yeah. We have a volunteer that quietly comes down and does it 2 nights a week just by herself. She actually has dogs that she brings for a walk on the outside.
As a guide, you become sort of obsessed by this because you're trying to find them. So you're looking for bright ones because you know they'll be near.
But look at that, it's just grass in there.
Vegan poo.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Paleo.
Vegan poo.
Paleo, yeah.
And he's not even interested in that poo.
No.
Isn't that interesting?
Oh, there'll be no protein in it.
So, oh, it's got a bit of a smell. I won't say no smell. Ask questions if you wish. We do have some lovely images we can look at as well, but let's see if we can find the real thing. Will be good. So we have 20 adults that were translocated into here, 50 altogether, so 30 of them are somewhere on the main mountain. And that was part of a bigger tuatara translocation in 2012 from Takaporewa, or Stevens Island, and that's in between the North and the South Island of New Zealand. So 20 of adult size were released into here. Gives us the opportunity, well, to see them. It's up on there on the main mountain, a little bit more challenging, but also be able to monitor the population more closely here for a bit too.
So are they a breeding population? Or?
They are.
Yeah.
They were here since 2012. Some apparently were gravid when they got here. Had eggs, the females. So babies have been spotted.
Nice.
They are now, one of our guides a few weeks ago spotted a really little one the size of the index finger, the man's index finger. And I know the area, but I personally haven't seen it, so I don't know, maybe maybe he will spot them. Perhaps, maybe. But there's also some that are quite large, right up to one about this size in there as well. The idea is that they bask outside in front of their burrow during the daytime, more active actually at night. So we're looking for them sitting outside their burrows. Some will be quite happy for all of us to walk past. That very same individual the next day might be really skittish and run away straight away down the burrow, so we take it as it comes. But the sort of setup you see below me here is the artificial burrow. And you can see the entry-exit points. There's a white stake, or you can see the black pipe. That's where we're looking. Often close to that entry or exit will be where they're sitting. There certainly has been some breeding in here with the little ones being spotted, but they're very slow to breed, on average every 4 years, from Stevens Island's studies anyway. So you wouldn't expect there to have been lots and lots of breeding yet necessarily. And a long period of incubation as well. So, and then once they've got a hold, they do that action there. So. So he would sit at the entrance to the burrow there every time. But he's taken to digging over by the fence there. So it looks like, looks like one of our rangers has actually come in and filled it in. You can see the soil. The fence does actually extend down deep this time into the soil so that they can't dig out, but
Them or the predators in?
we're still within the whole fenced wetland, which is good too from a predator perspective.
What's the story about their third eye?
Third eye, so when they first hatch, you can see a dot on the top of the head in a hatchling. That, to my knowledge, has got a nerve that connects to the part of the brain that tells you about light and dark cycles. So it could be around the activity periods, could also assist them with the shadow of a predator overhead, which would have been their natural predator.
Yeah.
So, but you can't see it once they become adults. The feeding there, they've got that nictating eyelid that can pop up and protect the eye when they're trying to eat something that's got spiky legs, like that. And tuatara specific ticks living alongside, so if the tuatara were to go extinct, so would those ticks that we have there. I'm a biology geek, so I love some biology about the tail. We're okay with that? Don't have to go too far. You do?
Yes.
Well, like lizards, they can drop their tail obviously, and different species have different predetermined break points for dropping their tail. With these guys, apart from the space of the tail, it's wherever you see that dip. That's actually a predetermined break point along the tail. It's pretty cool, eh? There we go. We just looked at that one for your third eye there.
Thank you.
Good chance for a little catch up drinky there. That's just a lovely photo to begin with in Stevens Island, where they came from. And today, Henley. Beautiful. I'm so lucky to see them quite frequently now with this job, but I still get that wow every time. Yeah, 2 people on 0.
Is that feeling to no ones and the ones that come in?
Yeah?
Kind of a different feeling.
Growing very fast. So would have hatched in November.
Yeah.
So we had a period last year where the first thing I noticed, there was no poo around the edge anywhere, and that's because they were nesting and they just stayed underneath the bushes somewhere, and they have a latrine site near the nest.
So they learn.
They've had lots of chicks before as well, so the 2 previous chicks from the years before were sent down to the South Island, paired up with a local bird down there. There you go. So they've figured out another interesting thing is that when they've learned in sanctuaries like this or on islands to feed on this introduced grass, they actually need to learn from another takahe how to feed on the snow tussock in the South Island up in the mountains.
Oh wow.
So they pair them up with a local bird, and Dot keeps an eye, or the recovery group keeps an eye on them until they start to see that learning has occurred before they release them.
Hey everyone, we've finished at Maungatautari. What an amazing day. Just wow. Got really close to mum, dad and a takahe chick, and we saw 8 individual tuatara today. This place, just amazing, absolutely amazing. We were down in the wetlands. Check out the blog because I'll be writing more about it there and possibly doing more commentary on a video later. Ben's stuffed, MJ's stuffed, I'm stuffed. So we're heading back to the campground and we're gonna get some KFC and chill out.